We are excited that you will be studying at Birkbeck soon. We understand that non-native speakers might need some additional support, and we are offering it. Once you're enrolled, we will send you information about English language classes that you can take part in even before the academic year begins. In the autumn term, we offer weekly English language classes, and we are currently planning on offering them online and on campus. We of course also have academic study support classes and excellent learning support tutors. We are looking forward to getting to know you and being there for you throughout your studies. For now, please enjoy this mini session from our English language tutor directed at international students who probably have not been to the UK before.
Video 5, British Culture. Hello everyone. We've learned quite a lot about language used in Britain in this series of videos. Let's look a little bit more about certain cultural aspects of life in the UK and London especially. You may already have quite a few ideas about Britain, such as the fact that we are a nation of tea drinkers. We love football and talking about the weather. Well, I've never drunk one single cup of tea in my life, that is black tea with milk and sugar, but personally I cannot survive without at least one good espresso in the morning. Another stereotype about Britain is the horrible food. So let's focus on food first. What do you know about our national dishes? Bet you've heard of fish and chips, but what about bangers and mash, or shepherd's pie, or a traditional roast dinner? Well, make sure you experience any of these in a pub, or even better in their beer garden if they have one, and experience a lovely pub lunch on a lazy Sunday afternoon. Simply by studying the menu, you'll learn quite a lot about favourite dishes in the UK. So, bangers and mash. That's sausages and mashed potatoes served with a rich gravy, popular in the colder months. And shepherd's pie is a minced beef dish topped again with mashed potato. A traditional roast is often served on a Sunday and consists of roast chicken, crispy roast potatoes, steamed vegetables and lots of gravy. Another firm favourite includes various curries, ranging from red Thai curry to chicken balti, ranked the most popular home-cooked cuisine in the nation. But one of the best things about living in London is eating dishes from all over the world, from many of the city's street food markets, cafes and restaurants found all over London. Equally important, you can find ingredients from all over the world in supermarkets, so you can cook practically any dish you want at home. Veganism is also very popular, with so many restaurants and cafes in the UK offering vegan menus, and also many offer gluten-free dishes. In contrast to such healthy food, one national institution that you might want to try is the Great Fry-Up, or a full English breakfast. Fried breakfast consisting of bacon, fried eggs, baked beans and toast. A heavy meal in the morning to keep you fueled for quite a few hours and washed down with, yep, you've guessed it, a few cups of milky tea. Many cafes serve this dish early to mid-morning. The fry-up is particularly popular after a night out clubbing. When you go to a pub, you will notice you need to order from the bar, as there's no table service. Also, if you go out to a pub with a group of friends, then usually you take turns ordering a round of drinks where each person takes turns buying drinks for everyone. One social activity to take part in is the weekly pub quiz on questions of general knowledge, giving you a good excuse to hang out with your friends in your favourite pub. Bank holidays are good times to explore the UK, where there are usually many types of celebrations, not least the August bank holiday in the last weekend of the month, when in West London the outdoor Notting Hill Carnival takes place, a wonderful 2-day event characterised by colourful street processions, music and food, led by the British West Indian community, something not to miss when resident in London. London has been home for centuries to many diverse ethnic communities, making London one of the most multicultural cities in the world, and where 1/3 of all Londoners are foreign born. And over 300 different languages are spoken in its neighbourhoods. That's simply incredible, and undoubtedly London enjoys a reputation for tolerance and inclusivity, where people, irrespective of age, race, religion, sexual orientation and disability, enriching society by respecting, embracing and celebrating our diversity. If you want to experience London's multicultural vibe, be sure to visit areas such as Chinatown in central London, or Brixton, known for its Afro-Caribbean community and is full of Caribbean restaurants. Latin American culture abounds in arty Camden, where you can find Cuban restaurants and bars playing salsa music. Further afield, explore Little Korea in New Malden, or the Curry Corridor in Tooting. Names of some places in London can be quite tricky to pronounce. For example, one great place to relax at, as well as enjoy shops, nightlife and many cultural events, is the South Bank, a 30-minute walk from Birkbeck, south of the Thames. It's located in Southwark, home to Shakespeare's Globe Theatre and the Tate Modern. Note the way it's spelt, but how it's pronounced. Southwark. A wonderful market, also tricky to pronounce, is Borough Market, just off London Bridge, one of the oldest and largest food markets in London, Borough Market. Also, another word often mispronounced is Greenwich, famous for its maritime history and home to the Royal Observatory, found up high on the park with spectacular views of the whole of London. Now, one very popular British icon I haven't yet mentioned is, of course, the Queen. And you can meet her and have a cup of tea with her at Buckingham Palace. No, of course you can't. I'm only joking. But you can visit Buckingham Palace and, after that, make your way to Hyde Park and then go across to Kensington Palace, once home to Princess Diana. You will never tire of London, whatever your interests, and each neighbourhood of London has its own hidden gems. From the perspective of studying at Birkbeck, you'll find our staff and students come from all over the world. So it's not only British English that you'll get used to, but you'll also hear different sorts of accents. So it helps to be open-minded, patient, and respectful in this diverse new study environment. Try not to panic or worry too much if you cannot follow what someone says first. You may just not be so familiar with their accent, but after a few weeks, it definitely becomes a lot easier. To finish, I just want to share with you a few observations of my international students at Birkbeck who have had since studying there. So, number 1, be punctual. It's considered rude to be late for a lecture or an appointment, so always be on time. Number 2, keep an umbrella with you during the autumn, winter and springtime. Weather can be quite unpredictable. In the south, the climate is quite mild and extreme weather conditions are rare. But the further you go, the colder and the wetter it can be. Number 3, talking about the weather can be a popular icebreaker. That is, a way to start a friendly conversation with someone that you don't know. One of my students found it unusual that Brits tend to read at every opportunity they have. It's common to see people reading in parks or even on the tube, and they like to read even when they're standing. And there is always someone reading the newspaper during rush hour on the way home. She also observed older adults and elderly people often carry a newspaper with them and can be found engrossed in doing the crossword puzzles. Also, she found it odd that Londoners seem to exercise whatever the weather, even if it's pouring with rain. I'm sure when you come to study at Birkbeck, you will undoubtedly notice all sorts of behaviours that may seem different to what you're used to, but above all, you will find people to be friendly and polite and perhaps just a little reserved until you get to know them better. Now, try the exercises in the worksheet that accompany this video. Test how much you remember and have learned.